Right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Mrs. Jones, go on.
Am I going to be...
Yeah.
Sorry, Louis.
Yeah.
Go on.
Grand entry.
Go on, open it up, Mrs. Jones. In we go. Well, we've popped down to meet this gentleman. Come on, tell everybody who you are and where you farm.
I'm Henry Dixon, farming in Pembrokeshire, original from Yorkshire. And we're very proud now to be down in Pembrokeshire, going along with all our neighbours and helping in every way we can.
And you've got a great collection of tractors. You're going to take us round and we're going to have a look at some of these fantastic vintage tractors he's got here.
Yeah. Said, hey Dad, if you're ever away and see an old John Deere, he says, buy it. And it all built up from there.
Right,
So,
let's go and have a look around here.
It's a British built tractor. It's a Saunderson, which was built at Bedfordshire. And this is 108 years old. And we're very proud of it because it's just been down the road 5 miles for over 80 years in the same family. And they've all passed away now. And seemingly they didn't want it to leave the area, so that it was left that if it had to be sold, we could have first chance of it. And so we're very pleased to now own it, and I've hand painted it myself, apart from the wheels, and they was really bad, so I'd have them done, professionally done, send them away and have them done as they should be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some piece of machine, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what
Here we go, a Fordson. Good tractor?
Very good, because that was the tractor I learnt to drive on with father. Sat and it ploughing, and he used to shout, pull. I'd pull the band so the plough went down to start ploughing. And 14 years of age then, I've ploughed ever since.
Wow.
35 model.
Yeah.
1935.
And it had spade lugs on then. We spoilt this tractor because it had spade lugs on.
So you put the tyres on
And
it?
I shouldn't have done.
Yeah, so these are tyres instead of the spade lugs. Wow, it's immaculate. And then the John Deere next. This looks like a sports car.
Here's the model, and O stands for orchard. That's so the driver could get down under the apple tree so that it didn't knock him off. And it was swept back, exhaust lid on the side, that thing there, filler cap, so that it went on over the top,
So the filler cap.
headlights underneath, you know, so that it didn't knock them off. So it's an orchard.
An orchard tractor by John Deere.
Been down to Dorset Steam for a few times. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you can see the seats in the back there. Look at that.
So I'm going to ask a really silly question, but I always see the American tractors, they look as if they've got wider, they look more,
Axles,
and
narrow,
narrower.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, this is one of the early ones, you see. This model, it's a BW, which stands for Yorkshire, wide. You know, they could alter the axles so that it was like going drag and all sorts like that, which is a 2-cylinder tractor. And start, yeah.
2-cylinder.
Yeah, they've all got the tractors for different jobs over in America, yeah. Because it's John Deere World.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing to them.
No.
No, it's John Deere World, yeah. This will be nearly one of the last they made in 2-cylinder tractors. One of the biggest and the last ones made. They went up market then, you know, onto a different range.
This is Charlie style.
You know what these are? Field Marshalls, yeah. British tractor, of course.
British, yeah.
Always built at Gainsborough, you know, near Boston. That's where I know the A17 down to Boston.
Pretty well.
Oh, yeah, pretty well.
What a machine.
The Wardlands, you know, down there.
Yeah.
It's a good looking tractor, isn't it?
It's the last ones they made. It's a contractor one, this. And you still could have it in green, but majority of them came round in orange. Came out. And they never fitted a cab. They called it a canopy. Marshalls never fitted a cab they just built this thing up as a canopy for it.
Just to keep the rain off.
And the sun.
Oh yeah, and the sun.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, an aircon.
So of course, you know, they're either a big handle to start them by hand, or you can start them with a cartridge. You put a cartridge in the side and then hit it with a hammer, and that starts it. I couldn't start it myself, but I can start it with a cartridge.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, quite complicated but simple. You have to take that out, put a piece of special paper in, light it, put it back in, and it will not start without that. Even if it's hot, it will not start. You've got to put the paper in, light it, before you attempt to start it again, yeah. And so normally you put the cartridge in there and hit that with a hammer, and boom, just like that.
Off it goes.
I've been round Wales, on this North Wales, right round the island. On this one, I've been round there.
Have you?
North Wales, yeah.
John Deere.
Yeah, that's a 6-cylinder John Deere, a 5010, yeah.
That's a big bus, isn't it?
Ah, lovely tractor. I've been to Ireland on that a time or two on the road runs, yeah.
Have you?
Really nice to drive, it is. Really nice to drive, yeah.
And all column change on it?
Yes, it is. Gear lever on the side, yes, column change, yeah.
Wow. That is very, very different, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can see the columns there.
They did bring them over new, the John Deeres themselves, and they sold a few here in America, in the UK, yeah.
Yeah.
A few were sold, yeah. Dealers then started selling them, yeah. Yeah.
And another field marshal there. You've got some tractors.
We did have, nothing now to what we did have, but easing them off quite well. My son Robert goes ploughing on this.
Fordson.
Yeah, trail ploughing now. He goes, it's got the L4 Perkins engine in, and it's really smooth and it never stops. Like normally the old Fordsons will stop, you know.
But this one doesn't.
But this one's
The
really
Perkison.
reliable. This is for the job.
And the big batteries on each side of it.
Yeah, 2 big batteries to start with, yeah. So these was up at the races Saturday.
Were they?
Yeah, we took 4 up for them, you know, they wanted a few to go, yeah. Yeah.
The police, no, okay.
So the reason now why I've been easing the job off a bit, I had this one in Cambridge Machinery Sale
Yeah.
about a month ago,
Yeah.
and it's a lovely tractor. Starts good, runs well, nothing wrong with it, and I don't think we got a bid for it.
Didn't you?
No. I had a reserve on it, and my friend was with me. He said there was a bid, but I don't think we even got a bid for it.
That's
This
crazy.
is the trend in the vintage section, because it's gone. The people with petrol, TVO and starts, they're not there now.
They're not
the
there.
value's gone, yeah. So it's back home.
So what would be the value of something like that?
Well,
if you...
I haven't had it a bit high, but I had £4,000 reserve on it. You know.
So it wasn't silly money, was it?
No, but it's, you know, it still didn't get a bid, they said. Well, I
Didn't?
didn't see it anyway.
Yeah.
So
No.
it's just the
Oh, it's a lovely tractor and it goes lovely.
Yeah.
It does go well, yeah.
Well, you might get a sale after this video.
Oh, good. You get it sold.
I'll get it sold.
You know how plastic as well, you know, what's neutral.
Yeah, and the beauty is, it's a proper one on the back. A big cast one right on the back axle. Then there's a big eagle on the back, right on the back.
There you go, there's a big eagle.
Oh, yeah, it's actually like a thick,
Yeah.
cast, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture of that.
The big copper.
Yeah. And then we've got the 2510 here.
Now the 2510 now
Yeah.
is a real collectible piece. It hasn't been painted and we don't intend to paint it.
So it's original like this?
Exactly. And if you can remember when what we called PowerShift came out
Yeah.
on the Ford 5000s,
Yeah.
it was Selectomatic. It came out on Ford. But John Deere's did a PowerShift. which is same idea and proved a lot better. You just flick it up and down as you want.
So
Power
this
shift.
would have been the first power shift.
Yeah, John Deere's ever made. It's power shift. Just goes boom, boom,
Wow.
up and down.
And what year would this be?
And Ford, you see, they did it with their tractor.
Yeah.
And it's never been really successful.
And what year would this be? How old?
I think you got me on that one.
Yeah.
Exactly. I can't just think it's...
50?
it'll
50
be
years?
Late 50s, yes,
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah. Late 50s.
It's, this is the last one look I bought in America.
Yeah.
It was a farmer now selling it himself, and he said he had to sell it because he wanted fundings
Yeah.
for educate his daughter. And it was his spraying tractor. It was going through the corn.
Yeah.
If you see this, look, the shining.
Yeah.
It was his working tractor, and he had to part with it.
Yeah. So he sold the tractor to you so he could send his
To get
daughter
fundings, yeah,
to go to university.
education for his daughter.
Wow. There's a story behind everyone.
Oh, and it's a super tractor. It's a super tractor. It's a really lovely tractor. Yeah. Then the key on. Just pull the choke out. Press the button and it should go.
Look at that. That sounded sweet. That sounded sweet, didn't it?
That's the dream. Look, just in working condition as the man got off it.
Yeah.
It was a sad day for him to part with his tractor, yeah.
Oh.
But
Well, she's had a good home here, hasn't she?
it's a lovely thing. It's 25.
All the
And
way
it's got
from the
the
USA.
lift on the back, everything you see.
Yeah.
It's a real collectible. Well, if it's a John Deere man, a collectible.
Yeah.
That's the tractor. You've got to like the things.
Of course you do.
Somebody would, somebody won't. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So this came brand new to Fishguard.
Fordson Major. Yeah, MD, yeah.
New to Fishguard.
Yeah. And then another Field Marshal.
Yeah, yeah. Which is the one what was new? I think it's this one.
From Anglesey.
Yeah, I think it's that one.
Is it? FHR.
Mervyn, his mate was with. Oh, that's my auntie's.
Is it?
Oh, he knew, I didn't. So these are early, you see, than those.
Of course, yeah.
These are the real early ones. Unstyled, you see. You know?
Yeah, different style.
Yeah.
Look at the exhaust on them. Wow.
So these are worth more than those shiny ones.
Are they?
Oh yeah, these two is worth more, you see. That's the contractors with the winch on,
Yeah.
and that, yeah.
That's a nice machine.
So,
They're like brand new, aren't they?
yeah.
They don't build them like this anymore.
No,
Here's a tractor for you.
that's it.
188. Multi-power.
Oh yeah, look at this one. It's
Look at
just as good inside as it is out.
Wow. This is like brand new.
Yeah, they drove it home, you see, but it's dirty now.
Yeah.
From Fishguard, yeah.
So how long have you had this Massey for?
We've only had this about 5 or 6 years. I'm not a massive man.
No, it's the only Massey here.
I was at the vintage show and they said, what are you coming with next year? I said, well, I really would like a Massey, because we haven't one. I says, it'd have to be the last ones in the 100 series, which is a 188. Oh, the man says, that's funny. He says, I've got one. And I was in Newark,
Yeah.
tractor show. And, all right, he said, I only live 4 miles down the road. So he took me to see the tractor, and here it is. I bought it rough, you know, it was rough.
So clean and tidy.
I went and took it back in a year's time. It never came here. Took it back in a year's time, and first prize.
First prize. Yeah, I can believe it. Look at that.
First prize, yeah.
Shining.
This is where you Did you see that?
Yeah.
If it's not as good at back, it's no good having it.
What do you mean? As in the
You feel your
smoothness?
fingers at back of the
Yes.
way, no rust.
No rust.
You
Ah.
see to me, that's where the judging would come in into vintage.
Ah.
You know, if have them right, you know.
Yeah, have them right.
Yeah, it's,
Well, I remember when that one was
Yeah.
big, we'd sit there, you know, before the health and safety.
John Deere 1010, Alice Chalmers.
And watch over just in case you get something kicking
so
off.
you found a bed?
Yes.
Of course,
Come on, we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then parents, both parents were
Came up the lane there for
a bit
dinner.
of a food.
777 tractors. Look at that.
Di Jones was here.
Was he died?
He had it on television.
Did he?
I was chairman of it, and fantastic event.
Fair
And at the
play.
end of it, we gave the hospital in town £35,500. That
Yeah.
was a one-day road run.
There you go. What farmers
And they've
do
got
it?
one in the hospital,
Have they?
down the main corridor of this.
Same picture.
And they
Yeah.
bought a special bed for the hospital. £32,000 special bed.
Fair
But
play.
it's there anyway.
Fair play.
So,
Look at all the rosettes and the awards. And he's even got a John Deere bike. Wow.
I just saw the John Deere engines and lawnmowers, all sorts of things.
Right.